Hey guys, how you doing? This is Jack from the Trinity and welcome to part 14 of Let's Play Frostpunk. So first of all, just a little bit of a shout out of thanks to Fury Blade and Wayne, who are two new subscribers to the channel. Thank you very much for that. As you know, this is very much a hobby of mine instead of a business. So I'm always thrilled to get new subscribers, likes, comments and shares, although they're not necessary. I'm not in it for the money. Well, not right now anyway. But yeah, thank you very much guys, I do appreciate it. So, in the last episode, where we were is we just got the house technology in, and which we'd gone and upgraded what I thought were all the properties on the site, but just as the video closed out I realised that I'd missed a few, so we're just going to upgrade these to houses now. Gives us more of an opportunity for when what I assume is the end game really starts to kick in. I'm still not too sure about these gathering huts, because they're saying here there's no gatherable resources. But I'm trying to work out why that might be the case, because the coal mine's working there. This one's got, is that all the coal gone from that one? So it's not inoperative, but I did drop. Maybe it is just that they're not actually able to get anything. The coal thumper's still thumping coal, and it's producing a coal pile, so it's probably just that these aren't working anymore, and that's the reason why. So if that one's in range and that one's in range, is that one in range of that one? Yeah, it's a hard thing to work out, but I think I'll just leave them as they are for now. What's going on here? Functioning, but storage limit reached. Maybe we've got the gathering outpost here, gathering post there, so they should be working as well to gather the coal. They're producing it, they're gathering it. Okay, I'm not too worried about that just now. Of course, famous last words when the end game comes and kills everyone. So hope is a little bit lower. That was due to me rejecting the last lot of people in. Did I actually? So I haven't brought in the new faith yet, but I'm tempted to do that later on. Save it as an end game type of last throw of the dice, shall we say. Yeah, that was it. I signed the child labour law to get all the kids in working. I resisted that till this point, but now it's kind of like all hands to the pump. We need everyone working, particularly again when endgame comes in. So that steam hub, there's no point in having that though. It's not reaching anything, so I'm going to get them to dismantle that steam hub. It's just burning coal for the sheer hell of it right now. Actually, cancel. Just turn it off. Oh yeah, I can. There we go. I'll just turn it off instead. That means if we build something out there later on, I've got a steam hub ready to go. Same with out here. What's going on here? So that's functioning. That means a steam hub. Okay, so let's keep going. We've still got quite a bit of food stored away, which is good. We've got raw food, quite a lot of raw food coming in now, thanks to the new hunters huts that I brought in there. Steel is mediocre. Coal is not great. I'm still trying to build up quite a stockpile if I can. Temperature's going to go up one level to 60, which is pretty, I'm going to say cool, but that's probably too much of a pun. So yeah, research, we were looking at the generator power upgrade 3 as well, so we're going to get Jenny power in. That'll give us a bit more efficiencies hopefully. And then after that, what are we going to do? What does the house redesign give us? Probably a bit late for that fact now. House insulation sounds like a good thing. Healthcare insulation. Yeah, so I think probably house and healthcare insulation, or home and healthcare insulation will be the next one. We had looked at resources. We got the extra coal mine rationalisation, so coal's coming in at 10% faster, so that's a overall, I'm assuming it's going to be a 20% boost in there, so it's giving us that extra kick. I'm not too bothered about the efficient gathering just yet. Maybe the gathering post insulation is the next thing. So I'm thinking maybe house insulation, healthcare insulation, and then the what was I looking at? Maybe the gathering post insulation as well at that point. So anyway, let's keep ticking. We've got some guys waiting. Did we have them? We didn't actually send them out anywhere, did we? So are they the deep hollow? They are snow burrows. I'm assuming this is just to keep bringing people in, but I suppose we'll see. So you can see the storm front is starting to come in now quite heavily. I'm assuming that whilst this comes in, it's going to absolutely smash our resource gathering whilst we're doing that. At least we'll have the coal coming in. Steel won't be a major issue at that point, I imagine. We'll be already done over at that point. So we don't have any more steam cores left either, and that is because we've used them all for the automatons and we didn't get the steam core transport route. So yeah, we'll just see how things go. Brought in a load of rations of food, so that's really good. Where can we send these guys out to? Fishing village. I think that's going to be too much of a risk. We're going to lose them at that point, because this is really coming in very, very quickly. Yeah, whilst I was thinking about it, there was this here, stereoscopic lens. Advanced measuring instruments installed in the beacon will enable us to gauge the severity of incoming storms. So maybe we'll actually get that next instead. I don't know. Maybe we just need to hunker down and get everything in place. Getting people protected as best we can. Storage limit reached. We should have the gathering posts actually doing stuff right now. I don't know why that has been closed actually. Maybe it was a bit of a derp on my part. The factory's fine. I know that's closed. There's no concerns about that right now. So we're into free time. Coal starts to burn again, as we have no one really working on the coal itself. This is always going to be the well, apart from the automatons that we have. But that's always going to be the kicker really now, it's the automatons working on the coal. Temple has increased hope and got people to mend their ways. So really, I think, again, we're just getting the research in. It's all about prep now. Whilst initial, like, the very early stages of the game, we should just get yourself established. Now we are established and we have a fairly decent colony. We've got people that have reached the camp compass. Again, more survivors. I don't need any more engineers either at that point. So it looks like it is all about people more than anything else. I'm not too fussed about people right now. It sounds a bit harsh, but I'm not. So we've got some more scouts in the city. I think they can just wait. These guys just come back to the city, I think, now. I don't think we're going to get anything else. It's all about people surviving. Excuse me. So yeah, we're burning coal very, very rapidly. More rapidly than I would have liked, but again, with the temperature going down, we might be able to do something about that later. If I take that to the steam core level 1, so the care house, let's give that heat instead. That's better. Probably going to burn less coal as well. See, by turning that down a level, just got a massive boost in coal availability. We've only got a day's worth of coal really in storage. I suppose we'll just have to try and manage it as we go along. So what's complaining here that it's only, we've only got 4 or 5 people available, so that's the medical post. Can we pull any engineers? Yeah, I'm tempted to pull, no, let's pull an engineer off there. Put them into there, that's better. Book of laws. I think an emergency shift is the right way to go right now. Triage and organ transplant. We'll keep that one on the back burner. I'm curious to see what it's going to do, but I only want to trigger it if I really, really need to trigger it. So people are going back to work. which is good. Oh, that's the Hunter's Hangers. I wonder what that was to start. I thought it was a glitch to start with, but it's actually the flying hunters that come back and bring in a load of food for us.
Work shift begins. May the Lord save all workers from harm.
So yeah, well, let's just keep going with it now. Sorry guys, I know my commentary's not great at the moment. It's ridiculously warm in the UK. I think I probably say that every single time, but we are still going through an absolute hell of a summer. It's wonderful, to be quite honest. I really shouldn't complain, and I'm not complaining. But wow, it's so warm, it really is. So the house redesign just gives us less, but we built all the houses now, so I'm not too worried about that. 12 hours. That's 80. That's 80. Hot house insulation is not going to be a major thing right now. I think really the house insulation is what we need. I do believe that is going to be a more important thing. So we're getting people complaining about the workshop. Let's turn your heater on then. What's wrong here? So that's just one sick absence. 2 sick absences. So is that because we dropped the Jenny power? I'm assuming it is. So yeah, we've got 11 people sick immediately by dropping that Jenny power. So maybe we just need to increase the steam range a bit more. Yeah, maybe that was a mistake. So we're already bringing things in livable. We're going to have to get these people better. That we just made ill by dropping the Jenny power, but we needed to save that little bit of coal. It really helped. I wonder if it's worth that we actually start dropping that during the day to save us some coal during the day, and then when it gets to the night time, that's when we need to actually ramp it back up. Maybe that is the best approach. I'm not too sure. Maybe I'm killing it. I don't know. I truly don't know. Why is it inoperative? Activity unable to work. Unable to work. Why are you unable to work? It's too cold. Is that the reason why the automatons aren't going in there? Temperature freezing. The automatons actually care about do they actually care about the usage? The heat in the room? Is that an actual thing? Surely it can't be. Not for an automaton. Okay. Let's I'm amazed that is actually a thing. Let's stick a 3 months worth of food, so do we really need to worry about that right now? Hang on a minute, pause. Because we're saving coal, we're actually building up a load of coal resources and reserves all of a sudden. Which is not a bad thing, in fact it's very, very good. We just need to get some more resource depots in place. Let's get 3 in for now. We're actually going to... It'd be nice if we could just see what the storage limit is so we know how close we are to the cap. I think that would be nice, definitely. I'm absolutely amazed that these guys are not going to work. Okay, let's just pause. Got the house insulation, let's get the healthcare insulation going as well immediately. So So, out of curiosity, so temperature in workplace is freezing, but the White Canadian is working. What is causing us unable to work? Inoperative. Too cold. That doesn't make any sense. We'll keep going anyway, and just see what might be causing this issue, if it is just the temperature. Can't believe it is, but maybe that is the case. I see now is that now going to work? Not too sure actually. So we're into free time, it's got a bit colder, so we're going to bang the Jenny up. Get into a faster speed. So resource is going to be coal. Resource coal. We have coal again as well. So we're going to have plenty of coal storage now, if we ever get to that point. Wow, okay, so if I turn that off now, damn it, I go straight to inoperative. So we need the heaters on as well as that. Okay, that's useful to know. I've never actually noticed that before, so I'm surprised that it's actually a thing. Particularly with the automatons, I never realised that they needed a certain particular temperature to be able to work. Hungry mother, sir, as one must come to plead with you, she wants more food rations, but the cook says she's already received her allowance. I beg you, Captain, the woman says in a trembling voice, your men mean well, but they must have made a mistake. I need 2 rations, one for me and one for my sick child. Discontent will rise if I give her 2 food rations. Let's take a hit on hope, see if it gets too low. I can always just go out and pass the law, which just completely gets rid of it. It completely gets rid of the problem when it comes to hope anyway, or hope levels. See, people are getting ill. I've got 30 people sick, just because the temperature's got so cold. See, we're going to almost double our coal. How we manage against that monstrosity. If you mean the actual storm, how close is it now? See, yeah, it's freezing up. It's freezing things up already, so that's the steel gone. That is the steel completely gone now. I'm not going to be doing any more scouting, so can I actually bring those people into the fold, I wonder? Disband. I think we can get rid of the scouts. I think that's what we do. Feels like the right thing. Keep getting the coal in for as long as that's the steel coming in. Keep getting the coal in for as long as we can. So yeah, it's got to be warmer. That's good. I'm going for a minus 70 and then minus 80 drop in temperature pretty quickly. Fear of the storm. food theft causes riots. So we investigated the discrepancies between our raw food and our output of the cookhouse. It turns out that cooks are stealing food. People are furious. We caught one thief who said they wanted to secure their families before the storm shuts down the food supply. Ask the faith keepers to keep an eye on the cooks. Ooh, that's impressive. He's got a load of raw food in. So maybe we should actually, at this point, build another cookhouse. Maybe that is worth doing.
Work shift begins. May the Lord
back to
save
work,
all
that's good.
workers from harm.
We have people off sick. Captain Woman has told us she overheard the neighbours talking about hoarding food and other supplies. We will follow the lead. Well done. So yeah, let's keep getting the coal in. Found some stolen supplies, that's good. I'm going to get this cookhouse. I'm going to turn it into food rations. I think we're okay for food. It's going to be the coal that's going to kill us in my opinion. Let's get more people into that cookhouse. A bit of a temperature boost as well. Okay, so coal stores are going up. 2 days worth of coal is pretty good. I think we're going to have to just keep managing it out the generator. When it gets too cold, increase the steam level and manage it that way. That's got to be the way we're going to do it. But whilst the temperature's not too bad, we can keep building the coal up. Yeah, I think we might be okay with this. Famous last words. So if we have now lost there's coal incoming. Are those guys going back out? I wonder. So that's the coal outpost. Oh gosh. I think we dismantle that outpost. No point now. We get rid until we can keep the coal coming in. That's the best thing to do. 2 days worth of coal, it's a decent supply. Got about 4 months worth of food rations. I'm not willing to stop food becoming stored right now. But my people may freeze to death, but at least they'll freeze with full bellies. Resource depot. Going in there, no one in there. Oops. Healthcare installation is completed. About that, the checklists. Yeah, let's get people healed quicker. Coal is still going up, which is good. Me likey. 2 days worth of coal. Storm is coming. So let's get that as food ration storage. I was looking on YouTube at the way that some people have designed their cities, and yeah, I am well behind when it comes to things like that. I really am. Their designs are beautiful. They've obviously put quite a lot of time into this. This has been my first attempt at playing this game from the off. So just been able to do that. Still got 20 people ill. Yeah, let's get this. Let's get the raw food ration storage in as well. So the other houses and the flying hunter things are going to bring a load of food as well. The heat map. So that's the cookhouse. Look like that, we healed 10 people almost immediately, 7. So that must be the extra research that's coming in now. Got an extra person into the gathering post. It's kind of good that we're actually maxing out our coal production in the terms, but it would be nicer to get more in. So we've still got 2 days worth of coal even overnight. So I just having a drink. Doom-mongering drunks. Sir, a dozen or so people got drunk and took to the streets. They were chasing after women, yelling that we should have some before the storm kills us. What should we do? I still need people. Send them home. I don't know why, but my my discontent does not seem to be moving. I don't know if that has actually bugged or not. I'm not too sure actually. Oh wow, here we go. 60, 70, 80, 90. So here, this is when we're going to start with the problems. This is going to be great. So yeah, looks like there is going to be a major temperature drop. 60, 70, 80, 90, minus 90. 4 months worth of food, which is pretty good going. We've only got 2 days worth of coal in reserve. Stanley Hazard, you can go and slip my butt. And we are preparing, we are trying our best. Factory. I want to keep the I wanted to dismantle it, but I think I'm going to keep it there just in case we manage to reclaim some steam cores. Because ideally I'm assuming that pulling people off these cold areas and getting automatons to work them is a more efficient way of doing it. Although we need to make sure that we had this issue with the hot house in particular, and that they at least stays warm enough for them to live in there. So people should be going back to work soon. I think probably it's not a bad place to put a cut in. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I appreciate the gameplay slowing down a bit. In terms of that, we're just kind of waiting for this coal to drop, but I hope you stick with me, keep watching the videos, because I don't know what's going to happen when we get to this point. I imagine it's going to be a bit shit, but yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. See you later.